Do you want results like this? In this video, I'm going to be covering everything you need to know about getting started with calisthenics, as well as even how to start your own workout routine. Make sure to stay tuned till the end of the video. Now, before we get into the actual workouts, I need to stress this, and I can't stress this enough. Getting a good warm-up is vital. So you can get a good warm-up by stretching your wrist, doing jumping jacks, anything to really pump up the body. Also, it is a proven fact that warming up with physical activity raises your body temperature and it improves your nerve transmission and muscle metabolism. What does that mean? Your muscles are essentially going to perform faster and more efficient. So this video is going to be divided into 4 separate categories. It's going to be push, pull, leg exercises, as well as core. Now let's begin with the push-up. The push-up is the beginning foundation of any pushing exercise in calisthenics. This means you'll be pushing 60 to 70% of your body weight while you do a push-up. And the push-up will target your chest, shoulders, as well as triceps. If you can't do a push-up yet, I recommend doing an incline push-up where you essentially lay your legs on something like a couch or even this fence like I'm doing here, and you're just doing the normal push-up motions. It's very important that your butt is down and your ankle to shoulder line is straight, and try to keep your elbows from flaring out. When push-ups become too easy for you, there's many ways to make them harder, which will increase muscle gain. So you guys can do this by essentially going down slower, going up slower, doing diamond push-ups, any type of push-up really that is much harder. So if you guys want a more chest-focused push-up, you can also spread your hands. You can spread your arms further apart, and it'll be more effective for the chest. Whereas if you want more tricep oriented push-ups, you can keep your arms closer together and they will hit primarily your triceps. Also, being elevated on your feet while doing push-ups makes it significantly more harder on your body, especially the slower you do it. Now we're getting into the pull category of this video. It's important with all pulling exercise that you retract your scapula or you pull your shoulders back as far as you can so you get the most out of the exercise. Now for the basic pull-up, you want to retract your shoulders all the way back with your chest up, and you're essentially pulling yourself up towards the sky with the chin over the bar. This is a very vital movement for all of calisthenics as you'll be using it a lot, and the pull-up is a very good foundation for your entire body. Now we're getting into chin-ups. Chin-ups essentially have your hands facing you, and you will be pulling up on the bar as you would with a normal pull-up. However, you're facing essentially with your hands towards you. This is very effective in targeting the biceps as well as the arms in general. We're going to talk about the hanging knee raise. You essentially want to keep your hands on top of the bar like you would for a pull-up, and then you will pull up with your knees at your abdomen. This is a great core exercise, but it also helps your arms in general because you still have that pull-up motion. Now we're getting into the leg exercise category. You guys can start with just simple squats. So now we're getting into the squats. With squats, you want to stand with your hands on the back of your head, as well as your feet shoulder width apart. Then you're going to lower your body until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Then you pause and you return to the starting position and repeat. That is essentially the squat. Squats are the foundation of the leg part of calisthenics as it targets your lower body. It targets your glutes as well as your quadriceps. They also make you use your core muscles, which is perfect for the next topic. Now, we're getting into Nordic hamstring curls. This exercise, you essentially want to kneel on a pad and you're going to lower your body, such as I'm doing in the video, and then lift it back up, and you will feel your hamstring muscle. It's important while doing Nordic hamstring curls to come down slowly, as that's how you'll get the most efficiency out of the exercise. You guys can also attempt pistol squats. I haven't quite got them down yet. However, they are very effective in building muscle as well. Pistol squats are essential because they help you develop stronger, flexible ankle joints, and they also improve your balance and stability. Now we're in the core workout section of this video. So your core is essentially your abdomen muscles. It's essentially the middle of your body, and you feel them when doing sit-ups and or any type of workout such as crunches. So coming in with the first exercise is foundational. You can start off with a sit-up. I like to do crunches. So to begin with the crunches, you're going to keep the hands behind your head as well as your feet crossed, as I do in the video, and you're going to do a sit-up motion. You're going to be raising the upper half of your body towards your legs, or your knees in this case. Now, crunches are very effective because it strengthens your core muscle, also improves your posture, and increases the mobility and flexibility of your core muscles. Now, this is a very important exercise if you're in any type of martial art or you do any type of workout essentially that involves your core, because in a martial art, especially like kickboxing or Muay Thai, you'll have to move your core around a lot. So it's very important to get your core workouts in. Next, we have heel touches and or ankle taps. It's a core exercise that essentially uses your body weight to activate the muscles along your midsection. Now, heel touches are very essential because it activates most of the primary muscles that you have throughout your midsection. Now, you're essentially going to begin this exercise by laying back down, and you're going to reach for your ankles essentially, going left and right, as I do in the video. And finally, in our core workout routine, we have planks. Planks affect your ab muscles, back muscles, and your hips essentially. However, most of you are going to feel it in your abs. So, how you begin this is get into a push-up form. You're going to keep your hands or arms on the ground essentially, with your elbows touching the ground as well. And you're going to hold that spot. I like to shoot for, at the bare minimum when you're beginning, 15 seconds, and you can essentially end it off at 1 minute at the end. Now, this exercise is very efficient because it helps out your core a lot, and you guys will feel it at the end of it. Now I'm going to talk about choosing the correct exercises for your routine. Now, calisthenics is very diverse in the types of exercises you guys can do, especially with any push-up or pike push-up. There's a lot of variations of push, pull, core, and leg workouts. So I'm going to be going over the few that I think are going to be most effective for you guys. Now, the most effective for the leg exercise category is going to be squats, because it's super simple and it's a very effective exercise that you can do either on your own, or you can even include a resistance band that's around your thighs for more of a challenge. Next in the leg category as well as lunges. So when you start off with a lunge, you're essentially going to do a walking motion and then have your knee almost touch the ground. And you will repeat this until, you give in essentially. I like to do my reps till failure. However, you guys can do your reps maybe from a 5 to 15 range if you're comfortable with that. And now for the ab workout, you guys can essentially do planks. They're very good. It's effective on your core muscles. And if you guys can hold the 1 minute plank, you guys can get through crunches like nothing. And next, pull-ups are going to be extremely effective in gaining muscle. This is because push-ups target the triceps, pectoral muscles, as well as your shoulders. Not only that, it's a compound movement. What does this mean? It means you're going to activate multiple muscle groups at once rather than just targeting a specific muscle. Not only that, it's very effective at growing a chest, and I highly recommend it for anyone starting out with calisthenics. Then moving on, we have chin-ups. Chin-ups are very effective in building your biceps, and it's the same type of motion as a pull-up, just with your hands facing you. Now, you've got your workout routine settled, you researched various exercises that you can do, and you've incorporated an exercise routine. However, you don't know the exact rep count you want to do. Now, I like to do my reps till failure. However, as a beginner, I do recommend doing 5 to 15 reps because 5 reps is very easy. I feel like a lot of people can manage that. And if you feel that that's too easy for you, you can increase it up to 15 reps and 25 reps eventually when you're intermediate with it. Let's say rather than doing a very quick push-up, you're going to push down and then slowly go back up. And this counts as a slow rep essentially, and it's going to be more effective in building your muscle. Once you're comfortable with 25 reps, I recommend either increasing it or you can do your reps till failure. Now we're going to get into the programming essentially of your workout routine. You guys got the workout routine, the reps done. Now we have the programming, which means essentially how many days a week are you going to do these exercises. So for the program, we have higher frequency workouts, which will be 6 to 7 days a week. And we have lower frequency workouts, which will be 2 to 3 days a week. Now, the pros of high frequency training are essentially you will have more opportunity to train more muscle, which means more growth opportunity. However, this all depends on the hours that you actually spend doing the workout. So if you guys would like to get into high frequency training, I would suggest trying to isolate a specific muscle since you're going to have all those other days to train. Now, the cons of high frequency workouts are that you essentially won't really give your body a whole lot of time to heal, especially if you're going at one specific body part multiple times a day. So it's very important to really isolate the muscle. Now we're going to get into lower frequency training. Now the pros of low frequency training are that you'll essentially train each muscle maybe once or 2 times a week. So it's going to give you a lot of rest and recovery, which is very vital for muscle growth. Not only that, you can really go hard on your sets because you know you'll have essentially some break days and rest days. Now the cons to this is if you miss a day, your workout routine might be a little screwed. Another con is if the workouts you're doing are not effective, meaning you're doing very fast reps, you won't really see much muscle growth. So in a low frequency routine, it's very important to focus on maximizing the amount of reps you do, and essentially you want to go till failure, I'd recommend, since your body is going to have a lot of time to rest and recover. Now that we've gone over the programming, I'm going to give you guys some general advice. This is advice I wish I knew when I first started out because it makes a world of a difference. So the first and most obvious is to get at least 8 hours of sleep. Now it sounds cliche, but this is very vital in improving your muscle growth. Now you guys may be asking, why would I need 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night? Well, this is because it's going to essentially increase your muscle mass. And if you want to not be sore the next day, it's very vital because at nighttime, it enhances muscle recovery, and that's when protein synthesis is activated essentially. And HGH, otherwise known as human growth hormone, is released. Next, if you guys are beginning this with relatively soft hands, I recommend picking up a pair of gloves because calisthenics gloves are very useful. You won't get calluses on your hands and it improves your grip. Not only that, it's going to allow you to essentially maybe do more reps rather than just slipping off the bar because your calluses, you can't take it anymore, you know. Now the last piece of general advice I recommend is essentially adding weight to your workouts. So how can you do this? Let's say you're doing push-ups, you can add a backpack with some weights in it, and this will increase the effectiveness of the push-ups. You can also do this with pull-ups, maybe have a friend hang underneath you very lightly on your legs. So you guys reached the end of the video. I'm proud of you guys for making it this far. I can clearly see that you guys want to improve and you all have a purpose and mission in this life. And I ultimately want all you guys to pursue that because you're your own individual with your own purposes and passions in this life. And it's very important to pursue those things.